Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday, May 19th, 2023. This is my pre-market report. And, let's talk about this. So yesterday, we got this absolutely freaking abysmal number with regard to manufacturing. The Federal Reserve's manufacturing index here remains in the negative. So, there's all this talk now about a manufacturing crisis. What's going on here? Why is this happening? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is the propaganda ministry. I'm talking about, Bloomberg, Fox Business, CNBC. They don't understand, or maybe they do, I have no idea, that we're in a full-blown economic meltdown, okay? That's the truth. And, no matter what they throw at us here, they're trying to convince us that the polar opposite is actually happening. I mean, this has been going on since forever here. Yes, we are in a full-blown manufacturing crisis. We don't make anything in this country anymore. We don't export anything. We've become an import nation. And that's just the way it is. Now, the other things that's getting attention here on the mainstream over the past couple of days is much higher energy prices moving forward. Now, you knew this from many, many, many months ago here. And that is absolutely a fact. We are going to see commodity prices rise. We're going to see energy prices rise. We're going to see inflation continue to get crazy, out of control here. I mean, it's incredible why or how people in this country, in the United States, tolerate this. I mean, European Central Bank, Bank of England. Let's give a little credit where credit's due here. These two institutions have already said to the people under their rulership, hey, guess what, everyone? Inflation is going to persist for a very, very long time. You don't hear that here. In the United States, it's like, okay, just, don't worry about it. Just deal with the situation. And unfortunately, that's what people are going to do. They're going to sit back. They're going to take it over and over and over and over and do nothing. Well, what else would you expect here? So that's the story right now. We are in a manufacturing crisis. This isn't Greg Mannarino. This is the mainstream propaganda ministry telling you that we're in a manufacturing crisis. I mean, duh. Okay, much higher energy prices coming down the pike here, and more inflation. And then, of course, you got a couple of freaks here and there being floated out from the Federal Reserve saying, hey, you know what? We may have to raise rates more moving forward. It ain't going to happen for a while. I'm going to stick to my guns on here. We got a pause for a while. There is not going to be a rate cut anytime soon, and we'll see. Again, look, the goal, the main agenda here of not just the Fed, but central banks around the world is to keep the pressure on, keep the pressure on, keep the pressure on the middle class. It's an extermination on a grand scale. We've never seen anything like it before. The reemergence of a new two-tier society. And what are you and I doing about it? Well, we're taking action. Okay, we're betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, understanding that look, global debt is going to continue to surge higher. Now, with regard to this whole debt ceiling debate thing, it's getting a lot of attention, quite obviously, ever since McCarthy and then Biden. Oh, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. You got the stock market now, which is buying the rumor. Buying the rumor. Let's see if it turns out to be a sell the news moment. I would not be surprised if that does happen. But we'll see. Again, honestly, there's a black hole under this stock market. It is a deep, dark, ugly black hole. And an enormous amount of effort is going in to keep this propped up. But right now, this is some kind of fear of missing out. Again, this is a buy the rumor, in my opinion, short covering here that's driving this market higher. Speaking of that, you got stock futures, which are higher this morning. Not much, higher nonetheless. 10-year yield, people, the 10-year yield continues to rise. This is not good. It's not good. It more or less sets the stage for a, sell the news moment if they come to an agreement with regard to the debt ceiling here. Is a default going to happen? A lot of you still believe it. Believe me, I do read the comments. I don't know. After what we heard from these freaks over here, look, I think McCarthy got his marching orders here, was told what to do. The way he, oh, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna come to an agreement here. In my view, he caved. Looks like he folded. And what else would you expect here? We must, unfortunately, because of the current setup here, we have to promise to borrow trillions of dollars more, and it can't stop ever until this whole thing just implodes. But again, I think that's the grand scheme. You all know that. Now, going back to this market. So you got gold and silver catching a bid this morning. You got cryptocurrencies catching a bid this morning. Crude oil catching a bid this morning. And as I mentioned, you get this 10-year yield issue. And the dollar, which is weaker this morning after a pretty significant jump higher just yesterday. That's where we stand. That's the situation. But again, people, look, in the grand scheme of things, you and I are never going to deviate from the big picture here. The big picture is to continue to bet against the debt. Become your own central bank. You know what my favorite asset is of all time? It's silver. Physical silver. At least from a don't surrender, okay? You can choose to, I guess, stay in the dollar in their system or get out of their system. Getting out of their system is, again, acquiring silver, gold, converting their product, which is debt, or units of debt being the dollar or a fiat bill issued by a central bank. That's their system. Get out of it. Sidestep their system here by betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank. Do you sincerely believe that global debt is not going to surge much higher beyond anyone's wildest dreams? I mean, just to service the debt here in the United States is on par with our entire military budget. This is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Okay, we all know that. But it's going to go on for a while longer until it doesn't. And when this thing finally gets real, I'm telling you, like, what do I always say? People's heads are going to spin around like the freaking exorcist. That's it. So in summary here, let's draw this to a close. There is a manufacturing crisis. Yes, there is. And it's something that you and I have known about for a very, very long time. We're in a full-blown everything crisis. You know how this works. It's a crisis to crisis to crisis mechanism. And keep in mind that every single crisis that they throw at us requires more funding to fix the situation. Like, I don't know, the Inflation Reduction Act. That hasn't worked out too well. You can't make any of this stuff up. So this is what they do. They manufacture a crisis and they tell you, hey, guess what, people? We got to throw money at this. So it looks to me like they're setting something up with regard to manufacturing. They're pushing the crisis. It's a crisis. It's a manufacturing crisis. Factories are shutting down. What are we going to do about it? So they're going to look for a way here to throw cash at the system. Of course, it's not going to do a damn thing here. And all is throwing cash, huge amounts of cash at anything is what? What is it? It's massively inflationary. But you're not allowed to know that either. Again, the more cash that they pull into the now to fund this, that, and the other thing, wars and factories that are cratering, well, the more inflation we're going to have. But they think you're too stupid to know that's true. Anyway, that's where we stand here. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Are you surprised about any of this? I don't think so. It's kind of interesting. Just looking at the faces on those that dwell among the Confederacy of Dunces, and part of that is the mainstream media. They don't get it. But wait a minute. Why is it happening? I don't understand. Make it up. Make any of this stuff up. All right, people. Look, this guy here loves you a lot from the heart. I mean it. It's Friday. This week is drawing to a close. You and I, will reconvene live right here, 1:05 p.m. Pacific time. I keep saying standard Pacific time. All right. I will see all of you then. Please have some questions ready for me so we can cover them. Whatever you want to talk about, let's just do it. All right. That's what the live stream is all about. I enjoy interacting with all of you a lot. All right. It's my favorite part of the day. I'll be honest with you. The live stream is my favorite part of the freaking day. All right. I love all of you. Please share this stuff. Comment. Those thumbs up are appreciated. And I will see you later.